Good afternoon, Colin here with Techout, and today we're going to be taking a look at One UI 6 Beta 2. And we had a little bit of a tease there with Beta 3. Samsung kind of released it a little early in some places and then pulled it. It says we won't get it for probably about another week, maybe a few days at the time of publishing this video. I think the dates were between like the 14th and the 21st. But who knows with these Samsung betas, they say we're going to get it one day and it's delayed for a week or two, and then they say it's delayed and we get it the next morning. So who even knows with this at this point? But I want to say that Beta 2 has been running a lot smoother than Beta 1. A lot of the random like UI issues like I was having with the clock and stuff, that has been fixed. I know that issue wasn't too widespread, it was kind of random here and there, but the clock app was like all dark. You couldn't see any of the toggles or any of the buttons on the bottom here, so kind of annoying, but that is now completely resolved in Beta 2. Haven't had any issues with that. Apps are opening and closing very well. Not having any app issues, no app crashes or anything like that. Let me make sure I'm not going to show anything personal when I open this up. Some people are reporting that that Google Pay or Google Wallet, whatever you want to call it, is working. But when I open my Google Wallet, I get a well, I'm not getting it now, but I was getting a message saying that this device was not did not meet security requirements. So let me open it up. Let's see here. Let's try to add a card and see if it does anything. Okay, so maybe it is working now. Before I was getting that message on Beta 2, like literally before I started this video, I was watching Jeff Springer, and he said that Google Wallet was working, and I popped mine open and it didn't work. So I don't know, maybe it decided to start working, maybe it just needed a refresh, who knows. But that maybe is somewhat intermittent. Some people say it's working. Like I said, for me it was kind of iffy. I'm not even going to talk about the animations. I'm tired of people asking about that online. I'm tired of people obsessing over the animations online. It's like literally every time I do a stream or post a video, people are trying to get me to slow down the animations so they can see it in like 10x and all this kind of weird stuff. And I've said this many times, if you're asking to see the animations online, you're only getting half the speed, because X is going to compress the video. YouTube is a maximum of 60 frames a second. Like, so me opening and closing this, whatever, on YouTube is only going to be half the speed of what it is on the actual phone in real person. So in real life. So I'm not even going to go over that. I'm really tired of seeing all that online over and over and over again. Nobody cares about anything about in One UI 6 except how the animations look for whatever reason. And to me, they're just fine. They're not really any different than they were before. It seems a lot smoother opening and closing apps, but I'm not going to sit here on my phone and go, tap, open and close apps like crazy. Like, nobody does that in real life, so we're not going to do it for a review. This is about the same as it was before. There is a new, let's see, where is my setting? I don't know if I have it on there. I'm looking for my rotation lock. Oh, there it is. So when you rotate, you do get these two toggles right here. I think they were down below before, but they did update that. Correct me if I'm wrong on what they looked like before, but they did update that to where they're right there beside it. But that's what that looks like when you flip it over. I just leave that off because I don't like my phone rotating when I'm trying to like watch a video or something like that. If I kind of slightly turn to the side if I'm laying in bed or whatever, and it rotates the whole screen. So there's that. Battery life's been just fine. I've had this. I haven't been using my S22 Ultra today. I've been on the Fold 5 today. So this has just been on standby basically, but it's been unplugged since early this morning and we're still at 93%. So good standby drain. When I'm using the phone, it's pretty decent. I'm not going to say it's like amazing like it was before, but definitely still all day battery life, day and a half maybe depending on what you're doing with it. But you can see there's my brightness. I don't use auto brightness, or about 80% up. And I do leave the always on display on all the time. Still waiting on the good lock to get an update so I can use my custom lock screen and AOD widgets and stuff like that. Like I had the battery widget on there and stuff like that. Kind of like, let me see where my Fold 5 is here. But I was doing something similar to this where I have those extra custom widgets. This one is using KWGT widgets right there, like that one on the top. I use some of those on the always on display as well, which of course we should be able to do again once that is updated in good lock for One UI 6, but it hasn't been yet. Probably won't be until the release. But there's my 1 week review on One UI 6. I do have my Mint Sim as you can see there on this phone. So I do use this time to time as my review device with my secondary number. So it is getting used and it is doing pretty well. I may actually put my main SIM back in here for a little bit and test it out, with a full day's use and stuff like that, instead of just using it as a secondary device just for the end of beta 2 and beginning of beta 3 to see how we are doing. But right now, like I said, Fold 5 is my main device, but that's my secondary device, so I am using it for testing and stuff like that. But that's One UI 6 beta 2. Again, I wouldn't install it on your main device if you're going to ask that question. I wouldn't do it yet. Maybe beta 3, but we're still waiting on a few fixes here and there. There's still a lot of known issues that Samsung is working through. And the beta process in general, not like the actual build of the beta, but the beta process in general has been kind of unstable with delays and all that kind of stuff, with them not really sure when the beta is going to come out, or they'll say it's going to come out and then they delay it. So I would just wait until things are kind of finalized and some bugs are ironed out. But other than that, pretty good beta process. I'm Colin with Techout. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and as always, have a great day.